So they wrote a different show than I thought we should be writing more often than not. I thought the ratings reflected it. We didn't have the Wild West of blood and guts and violence and aggression that we had in the Attitude Era. At least that's my recollection of it. But they got some success, and then Vince gave them the occasional attaboy. Then a lot of those guys, those piss ants, became bulletproof. And so, hey, he's told me this before, the old man. He said, JR, I heard you had a little heart-to-heart with so-and-so. God damn it, man, you're going to break their spirit. You're talking about breaking people's spirit? Are you shitting me? How about during the middle of a live broadcast when you're in somebody's ear saying, say it, you son of a bitch. Say it, God damn it. That deal. What's that? What's that? Well, you can take it because you're in wrestling business. That's my goddamn point. Why don't we let these guys learn what being in the wrestling business is so we can, again, appeal better to our core audience? So that's kind of what I thought. And where during the day, the guys would come up to me on a Raw day and, hey, we're going to do this, or what do you think about this idea, or whatever. But nobody said nothing that day. So they were bad poker players. I'd have beat their ass playing poker. And so that's kind of what I mean. It's just, I don't know who all was on there, but look, that's their lifeline. They're getting their check. For a lot of those guys, just getting out of college or didn't make it in the mainstream entertainment world, or whatever it may be, this is their lifeline. Their lifeline is Vince McMahon. And so you learn quickly. It's like I told you before the show, Connie. God damn it, when you're going to talk to the old man, you better converse and not confront, because you ain't going to win, ever. Even if you're right, you're not winning. So that's kind of what I mean by that deal. They became a victim of the system. And then when I would have a confrontation with them, or I would say something to them, usually as a result of a talent coming to me and said, JR, I can't do this. Why are they doing this to me? I'm very unhappy. I'm not focused. Well, they're giving me plenty of information to say, well, Your Honor, he did tell me he wasn't focused. He did tell me he was unhappy. And so as a result of that, he may have been clumsy, and that's why this other guy got hurt. You can't do that. You got to look at the big picture and cover your ass, and that just wasn't happening. So, and me, hey, look, I wasn't as easy as some bitch in the world. I'm working every damn day. So, it's just it was hard, man. It was hard. But my biggest issue was just being misled. And was Kevin Dunn lying to me? Or did he not know? Or he was sworn to secrecy? If he was, he kept his word. Hats off to him. But I just didn't understand why there was no more communication other than it's a rib on JR. Fuck him. What's he going to do? Nothing. He's a wrestling guy. As long as he's booked, he's going to be happy.
So you show up to SmackDown. You've went by the Man's Warehouse. You're a little late, not for any nefarious reason. You just didn't know you were doing this. You needed clothes. So you make that stop off. You get your blue jacket like you like it. So you're color coordinated for SmackDown, and you show up. Vince wants to meet with you. You go in Vince's office
Well, we shook hands. I have a new blue blazer on from Men's Warehouse. Looked pretty sharp. Looked like a chubby weatherman. And as I recall, the first thing he said was, I'm disappointed in you. I said, that's ironic because I'm disappointed in you. And what do you mean? I said, look, I'm sure you got good reasons to move me to the MyTV deal and SmackDown. And I know corporately how important this television deal is to launch this second 2-hour primetime show. I get that. And I appreciate the confidence that I can help a brand. I said, but my point is, Vince, why couldn't you have told me? Why did this have to be so clandestine? Why did it have to come off feeling like dirty? Why, when I think about it, even to this very day, I want to shower. Why is it this way? And then, of course, we want to keep everything under wraps. And I said, Vince, who are you talking to here? Keep things under wraps. I've been keeping things under wraps here for years. And of course, he gives me, I know. So it's like, so to me, it was let's get a reaction out of JR. This is going to be funnier than hell. He's going to hate this. He's going to hate this, and we're going to love it. So that's kind of how I looked at that, man. I said, I don't understand. And, then he said, well, I'm sorry, whatever. But I did the same thing to my son-in-law. I changed his life all around. So it's like, what? He's making over $1 million a year because I signed into his contract. Sitting on an amble case in Evansville, Indiana. I know what he's making. I'm still doing the payroll, even though your new head honcho of talent relations is supposed to be doing it. I'm still doing it. So how am I not a team player, and how can I not have your confidence and your trust? I don't get it. So that's kind of where we are there with that. He just.
And his excuse was, hey, Raw's already established. SmackDown has to work. My network needs a shot of fresh talent and big names. So we're going to send our top guy, Triple H, and our top guy, JR. And he's trying to position it as, you're here to save this thing and we need you.
Okay. Well, yeah, exactly. But that's not the issue. The issue is not that I don't appreciate that line of thinking. I hope you're sincere about it. But I don't know that you are sincere about it, because I'm sure you talked to Hunter about moving over. And he's off the flagship show now, and he's on SmackDown on a fledgling network that's going to have less viewership than we've earned on Raw over all these years. So I'm sure he knew. But the point is always going to be the same thing. Why all the cloak of darkness around this thing? Why all this stuff? I said, I felt like your writers knew, because they would look me in the eye all day. Yesterday in San Antonio, it was like I had the plague. They're bad poker players. So that's my issue. Why did it have to be this way? I sensed, Vince, it was for your own enjoyment and for the enjoyment of your sycophants that surround you. That's what I said. And I said, I don't think that was fair. I don't think that was professional. And it was certainly unnecessary. I said, but I'm here to work, and you ain't gonna have to worry about me calling shit in. You know that ain't gonna happen. My ego's too big.
Let's go down the rabbit hole for a minute here. Would you classify your relationship with Vince, or maybe his relationship with you rather, as love-hate?
Yeah, I think hate might be a little too heavy. I just was for whatever reason, maybe because I wore my feelings on my sleeve, and sometimes I cared too much. I said this before, wrestling has always been to me a mistress. And sometimes in our dalliances in our life, our mistresses, our significant others can betray us, and they don't always love us back. And I thought sometimes that was kind of my scenario in WWE, that even though I love the company, I love my contributions there, my years there, over a quarter of a century, I love that. I love the money, probably the most of all, unfortunately. I was a capitalist. Sometimes maybe I was too easy target. Maybe there's a lot of things about me. I know that I've had writers say that in private meetings and writing meetings that Vince would imitate JR with the Bell's palsy and the paralysis of the face. And if that's true, can you imagine if all those guys, several of them have told me that. So either they're all lying, or for whatever reason, he felt compelled to do that and thought it was entertaining. And of course, that the horse lash are going to come from, if he giggles, the horse lash are going to come big time from the gallery. So, so that was the deal. JR he's going to wear his feelings on his sleeve. He'll be pissed off. This will be funny. This will be great. And I didn't oversell it on that. When they made the announcement, I didn't throw my headset down or sling a chair, or, whatever. I just went about my business, but I was sure as fuck wasn't happy about it because, again, of how it was positioned to me.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.